Give me 5 minutes and I'll tell you 4 things you can do to de-stress your plants. Now these plants came from an end of summer clearance sale, and when they originally came out of the greenhouse, they were full and flush with blooms, but they've been sitting in the hot sun all the way through August in the upper 90s and 100 degrees. The blooms are almost gone and a lot of the leaves are starting to turn black, and it is very clear that they are stressed. So this is the first thing you do. Number 1, get them out of the pot and give them some room to breathe. Plants are just like us. They need some room, they want some elbow space, they want the air flowing around and through the leaves, and that's going to help with the situation of some of their leaves dying. Look at what's happening on the top of the plant. And if there are dead leaves, if there are stems that are broken, I'm going to prune them off so that the only thing that's going on up here is some nice greenery. If it has blooms on it, particularly if they're spent, they need to go. If it's got 1 or 2 beautiful blooms and you want to keep them and look at them, that's fine. This one's about to come out. I'm going to leave that one. But even this one that looks fairly nice is starting to be spent, and I'm going to take it off because I don't want this plant to waste its energy on something that's not going to last. So once I get everything pruned, keep in mind when you prune a plant, when you prune a stem, normally it would stimulate it to grow. And what I want to do is stimulate it to rest. And so when I'm pruning a leaf, I'm generally cutting that leaf in half rather than going down to the stem and pruning the stem. Look at the roots. And when you look at roots, you want to see that they are white or tan, that they aren't packed around the root ball. This one's pretty thick, but it's not root bound yet. But notice this one. The roots have turned to mush in the bottom of the pot. And this happens in the store when they water them too much. Roots have to breathe air as much as they need to take up water. And so they need a good mix, a good balance in the soil so that they can get air and they can get water. So this particular plant was planted in peat moss and it's watered too much and the roots have rotted, but it does have some roots that are in fairly good shape. And we want to encourage those roots. And so what you would do is pack away, scrape away any extra soil that you can. And the places where you damage the roots or break the roots, that will encourage them to grow new roots. And you want to add fresh soil that has some perlite and some compost in it. And you put your plant right back in the pot with fresh soil. And so we've pruned some of the greenery away, we've pruned some of the old roots away. And this pot is going to head over to the shade for a couple of weeks. We're going to give it time to rest and relax and give those roots time to recover before we take it out into the landscape and plant it. And the last thing you want to do is give them a vacation in the shade. You've pruned them a little bit, you've messed with their roots a little bit, and you've given them some space. Give them a little vacation in the shade for about a week, maybe 2, while you make your decisions in the landscape where to put them. And these 4 things will de-stress your plants so that when you're ready to put them in the ground, they're going to be ready to perform again. Thanks for playing in the dirt with me, and I'll see you next time.